Welcome back, warriors of the GrimFace movement, and a dark welcome to those of you joining us for the first time. This isn't your ordinary corner of the internet. Here, we don't sugarcoat the truth. We embrace it. We use it. We forge ourselves in its fire. While the world outside stumbles through fleeting pleasures, poisoning minds and bodies for the sake of a good time, we chose something different. Tonight, we stayed in the shadows, not to hide, but to work. While others sought distraction, we sought discipline. We poured our time, our energy, and our focus into these words, into these lessons, because we believe there's power in choosing to work on yourself. To those who are here, you've already made a choice to step away from the crowd, to look beyond the temporary highs of a weekend that leaves you drained and directionless. There is no shame in standing apart, in using your time wisely, in building something lasting, while others waste away in the chaos of the moment. We're not here to tell you there's no place for leisure or relaxation. There is, but it's a tool, not a trap. The pleasures of the weekend fade. They leave you tired, empty, and running in circles. What we're building here is different. It's real. It's enduring. It's the foundation for a life that rises above mediocrity. Tonight, we don't rest. We rise. Together, we forge a new path forward. A path of discipline, of focus, of purpose. Because while the crowd wastes their time, we are sharpening our minds, strengthening our bodies, and preparing for something greater. This is GrimFace motivation, and this is where you learn to break free, to stand tall, to take control. So sit down, focus, and let these words sink deep. The world may not understand us, but that's their loss. You're here because you want more, and tonight, we're going to show you how to get it. Let's get to work. Lesson 1. Discipline starts within. Discipline is not the chain society tries to shackle us with. It is the sword we forge within ourselves to cut through chaos and doubt. It is not obedience to the world's noise, but mastery over our own silent wars. The true battlefield is not out there. It lies within. When was the last time you truly commanded your own mind? Not allowed it to drift like a leaf in the wind, but directed it with purpose, like a ship cutting through a storm. Discipline begins when you seize control of the chaos within. When you grab your emotions, impulses, and reactions by the throat and make them submit to your will. Every urge to quit, every fleeting temptation, every moment of anger or despair, they are not your enemies. They are your untrained beasts. Left untamed, they will devour you. But harnessed, they become your power. To master them is to master yourself. And self-mastery, that is the gateway to clarity, focus, and unstoppable momentum. Do not mistake fleeting motivation for discipline. Motivation is a firework, bright and fleeting. Discipline is the forge. It burns steadily, consuming weakness and tempering steel. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It creates one. It doesn't rely on emotions. It commands them. Ask yourself, are you the master of your mind or its servant? Each time you act out of impulse, you lose a piece of yourself. Each time you surrender to a fleeting desire, you sell your future for a moment's comfort. Discipline demands that you stop giving away your power so cheaply. Imagine a life where every action you take aligns with your long-term goals, where every step you make brings you closer to the person you were meant to be. That is the life discipline offers, but it demands sacrifice. You must sacrifice your excuses, your distractions, your need for immediate gratification. In return, you gain clarity, you gain focus, you gain freedom. Yes, freedom. Discipline is not confinement, it is liberation. It frees you from being a prisoner to your impulses, a slave to your whims. It gives you the power to decide your path and the strength to walk it. no matter the obstacles. The world is full of noise, but discipline silences it. The world is full of distractions, but discipline sharpens your vision. The world is full of chaos, but discipline carves out order. It is the unyielding blade that cuts through everything unworthy of you. The path of discipline is not easy. It is a battle, every day, every moment. But in that battle, you forge your identity. In that battle, you find your strength. And when you master the discipline within, you master the world around you. So, stand up. Face the chaos within you. Tame it. Master it. Become the commander of your mind, the ruler of your destiny. Because discipline does not start when you get out of bed or when you start a task. Discipline starts within, and it starts now. Lesson 2. Focus on character over talent. Talent is the spark that ignites curiosity, but character is the fire that burns through the long, dark nights of struggle. Talent might open doors, but make no mistake, it is character that keeps them open. And if you rely on talent alone, those doors will slam shut the moment the storm rolls in. The world idolizes talent. It celebrates the gifted, the prodigies, the naturals. But talent is a fleeting thing, a mirage that fades when the heat of life's challenges bears down on you. Talent is born, character is forged, and it is forged in the fires of discipline, shaped by struggle and tempered by perseverance. Ask yourself, how many talented people have you seen fall? How many prodigies have you watched fade into mediocrity? Talent without character is like a ship without a captain, adrift, aimless, and doomed to crash. It is not the gifted who endure, it is the relentless. Character is built when you show up, day after day, regardless of how you feel. It's built when you resist the temptation to quit, to take shortcuts, to settle for less. Character is not flashy, and it doesn't seek the spotlight. It works in the shadows, in the quiet moments of self-doubt, when no one is watching. It's in those moments that you choose to keep going, to grind, to grow, to rise. Discipline is the cornerstone of character. It is the silent force that ensures you remain steady when life shakes you to your core. Talent can win you the first battle, but discipline ensures you win the war. It's not about how you start. It's about how you endure. It's about whether you have the strength to stand when your talent falters, when your energy wanes, and when the applause dies down. Don't waste your time envying the talented. Envy the relentless. Aspire to be the one who doesn't flinch when the pressure mounts, the one who doesn't fold when life gets hard. Build a foundation so strong that no storm can shake it, no setback can break it. It's not about being naturally gifted. It never has been. It's about showing up when it's hard, putting in the effort when no one else will, and pushing through when every part of you screams to stop. Talent is an invitation, but character is the key. And discipline is the forge in which that key is crafted. So, what will you choose? Will you rest on the fleeting comfort of talent? Or will you commit to the grueling process of building character? Will you be a flame that burns out quickly, or an unyielding fire that no storm can extinguish? The choice is yours. But know this, the world doesn't reward the talented. It rewards the relentless. Focus on your character, because that's what will carry you through the storms. Talent might get you in the room, but only character will ensure you never have to leave. Lesson 3. The power of daily habits. Greatness is not built in a single moment of brilliance. It is carved from the relentless monotony of daily effort. The world celebrates the grand achievements, the breakthroughs, the victories, but it forgets the unseen labor, the quiet sacrifices, and the small disciplined actions that made them possible. This is the power of daily habits. Do not be fooled by the allure of shortcuts. or the illusion of overnight success. Nothing of true value is achieved in an instant. Small actions, repeated consistently, are what shape your destiny. Like drops of water wearing down a mountain, habits carve their mark into the fabric of your life. The question is, what kind of mark will they leave? Habits are the architects of your future. They can build you into a fortress of strength and discipline, or reduce you to rubble. Each day, each choice, each action is a brick. Lay them with intention, or your foundation will crack under the weight of adversity. Here's the harsh truth. Life does not care about your excuses. Adversity does not wait for your readiness. If you do not have the discipline to build habits now, you will crumble when the storm arrives. Habits are not just routines. They are armor. They are the weapons you wield against chaos, doubt, and failure. Think about this. How much time have you wasted waiting for the perfect moment? How many days have slipped through your fingers because you thought small actions didn't matter? The truth is, every moment matters. Every choice, no matter how insignificant it seems, sets the trajectory of your life. Success is not one giant leap. It's 1,000 small steps, taken with unwavering determination. Establishing habits is not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not something you'll brag about. But it's the most powerful thing you can do. It's waking up early when your body screams for more sleep. It's putting in the work when you'd rather rest. It's choosing discipline over comfort, consistency over chaos. These habits, these daily choices, they compound. Slowly, steadily, they transform you. Adversity will come. It always does. Life will knock you down, strip you of your illusions, and test the strength of your foundation. In those moments, it will not be talent, luck, or fleeting motivation that saves you. It will be your habits, the unyielding discipline you've built into the very core of your existence. So, what are you waiting for? Begin today. Begin now. Start small if you must, but start. Build habits that serve you, that strengthen you, that align with the person you are destined to become. Do not underestimate the power of daily actions. They are the seeds of greatness, planted in the soil of discipline. Remember, greatness is not found in the extraordinary. It is found in the ordinary, done extraordinarily well. The power of daily habits is not just in what they achieve, it's in who they make you. A warrior, a master, a force to be reckoned with. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. Because habits, like time, do not wait. Build them, and they will build you. Ignore them, and they will destroy you. The choice is yours. Lesson 4. Mastering emotions. The greatest battles we fight are not waged in the world outside. They rage within. Our minds, our hearts, our emotions. They are the fiercest of adversaries, capable of toppling even the strongest among us. Mastering them is not optional. It is essential. Emotional discipline is the foundation upon which all strength is built. To master your emotions is to take control of your destiny. Anger, fear, desire. These are the storms that will try to tear you apart. They're relentless, cunning, and persistent. But here is the truth. They are not your masters. They are tools. Tools to be used, not chains to be bound by. Think of how often anger has led you astray, how fear has held you back, how desire has blinded you. These emotions, when left unchecked, are like wild beasts, tearing through your thoughts and actions, leaving destruction in their wake. But when you tame them, when you discipline them, they become your allies, your weapons. To remain calm and composed under pressure is not a sign of indifference. It is the mark of true strength. Anyone can lose their temper. Anyone can panic. But to stand firm when the world crumbles around you To face chaos with a steady heart and a clear mind. That is power. That is mastery. Do not misunderstand. Mastering your emotions does not mean suppressing them. It means understanding them. It means feeling the fire of anger without letting it consume you. It means acknowledging the chill of fear without letting it paralyze you. It means recognizing the pull of desire without letting it control you. Emotional discipline is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. Start small. When anger rises, pause. When fear creeps in, breathe. When desire tempts, question it. These moments of control, seemingly insignificant, are the steps toward mastery. And mastery is not achieved in a day. It is earned through relentless commitment to self-control. The world is full of people who are slaves to their emotions, reacting impulsively, acting irrationally. They are easy to manipulate, easy to predict, easy to break. But you are not one of them. You are a fortress, impenetrable and unshakable. Your emotions may knock at your gates, but they will not breach them. You control them. They do not control you. Ask yourself, how often have your emotions betrayed you? How many times have you acted in anger and regretted it? How often has fear kept you from what you deserved? How many times has desire led you astray? These moments of weakness are not failures. They are lessons. Lessons that teach you the importance of discipline, the necessity of control. Master your emotions, and you master your life. Because in the end, it's not the strongest or the smartest who prevail. It's the calmest, the most composed, the most disciplined. This is your challenge, to rise above the chaos within, to face your emotions without fear, to control them without suppression. The storms will come. They always do. But you will not be swayed. You will not falter. You will stand firm, unyielding, a master of your own mind. Remember this: strength is not found in the absence of emotion. It is found in the mastery of it. Be the one who stands calm in the storm, who remains steady when the pressure mounts. Be the one who masters their emotions, and you will master the world. Lesson 5. Discipline and freedom. Freedom. The word itself is intoxicating, isn't it? The promise of doing whatever you want, whenever you want, without constraint. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. The kind of freedom most people chase is an illusion. They think freedom means indulgence, giving in to every desire, acting on every impulse. But that's not freedom. It's slavery. Slavery to chaos, to distraction, to fleeting pleasures that leave you empty. Real freedom isn't handed to you. It's earned. And the price is discipline. Discipline and freedom. Two words that seem at odds, but are bound together in a paradox as old as time. Discipline feels like chains to the undisciplined, but to those who understand its power, it is the key to liberation. It's the structure that holds back the chaos, the framework that lets you build something that lasts. Without it, you are nothing but a leaf tossed in the wind, directionless and powerless. By setting boundaries, you define your life. By adhering to principles, you become unshakable. Discipline is not a prison, it's a fortress. It shields you from the distractions that would drag you down, the impulses that would derail you. It gives you clarity, focus, purpose, and through that, it gives you true freedom, the freedom to control your destiny. Think about it. How often have impulsive decisions cost you? How many times have you been led astray by fleeting desires, only to regret them later? That's the price of undisciplined living. It robs you of your potential, your progress, your power. Discipline is the antidote. It forces you to prioritize, to focus on what truly matters, to build a life worth living. Discipline is not easy. It's a constant battle. It's saying no when everything in you wants to say yes. It's staying the course when the world tempts you to stray. It's sacrifice, but it's also reward. Because with every act of discipline, you gain control. And with control comes freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms, not at the mercy of your impulses or the chaos around you. You see, discipline narrows your path, but it also clears it. It sets limits, but within those limits, you find limitless potential. It demands structure, but that structure allows you to create, to build, to thrive. Without it, your life becomes a maze of distractions, a series of meaningless detours. With it, your life becomes a straight path to greatness. Freedom without discipline is chaos. Discipline without freedom is tyranny. But when you combine the two, you become unstoppable. You gain the ability to focus on your goals, to resist temptation, to stand firm in your principles. You become a force to be reckoned with, a master of yourself and your destiny. So ask yourself, are you free, or are you a prisoner of your impulses? Are you living with purpose, or are you drifting through life, reacting to whatever comes your way? If you want freedom, true freedom, you must embrace discipline. Discipline is not a burden. It's a gift. It frees you from the chains of regret, the weight of wasted potential, the chaos of an unstructured life. It allows you to live with intention, to focus on what matters, to achieve what others can only dream of. This is your path. Choose discipline, choose freedom, and watch as the chaos fades, leaving only clarity, purpose, and power. Because when you master discipline, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, you master the world. Lesson 6: Endurance and Resilience. Life is a battle, and every moment tests your will to endure. The world will not hand you success. It will bury you in challenges, choke you with doubts, and crush you with adversity. And in those moments, when the weight of it all threatens to break you, you have a choice: to collapse or to rise. This is where endurance and resilience are born. Discipline is not just about doing what's right when it's easy. It's about standing tall when it's hard. It's about grinding through the pain, pushing past the discomfort, and refusing to quit even when every fiber of your being screams for relief. Discipline is your ability to endure, to keep moving forward, no matter how impossible the road ahead seems. Adversity isn't your enemy. It's your forge. It shapes you, sharpens you, strengthens you. Without resistance, there can be no growth. Without struggle, there can be no triumph. You don't build resilience by avoiding challenges. You build it by embracing them. Each hardship is an opportunity to grow stronger, to deepen your discipline, to refine your character. Ask yourself, what are you willing to endure? Because success demands a price, and that price is paid in sweat, pain, and relentless effort. There will be moments when the road ahead feels endless, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, when quitting feels like the only option. But it's in those moments, when the weak give up, that the strong rise. Endurance is not a gift. It's a skill. It's the result of showing up, day after day, despite the odds. It's built through repetition, through choosing to fight, when it would be easier to surrender. And each time you endure, each time you persevere, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Resilience is not the absence of pain. It's the mastery of it. It's the ability to feel the fear, the doubt, the exhaustion, and keep going anyway. It's the refusal to let hardship define you, the determination to turn every setback into a stepping stone. Resilience is not born from comfort. It is forged in the fire of adversity. The path to success is not smooth. It is jagged, brutal, unforgiving. But that's what makes it worth it. The easy path leads nowhere. The hard path, the one littered with challenges and obstacles. That's the path to greatness. Each time you push through discomfort, you become more than you were. Each time you overcome adversity, you rise closer to the person you were meant to be. So, when the storm comes, and it will, don't run. Don't hide. Stand tall. Face it. Let it test you. Let it challenge you. Let it break you if it must. Because it's only in breaking that you discover what you're truly made of. Embrace the pain. Welcome the struggle. Because every hardship is a lesson, every setback is an opportunity, every challenge is a gift. Discipline is not about avoiding discomfort. It's about thriving in it. It's about using it to build your endurance, to strengthen your resilience, to become unstoppable. The world is full of people who quit at the first sign of difficulty. Don't be one of them. Be the one who endures. Be the one who perseveres. Be the one who turns every obstacle into fuel, every failure into momentum. Remember this: success is not given. It's earned. And it's earned through endurance, through resilience, through discipline. Push forward. Keep going. Because the storm doesn't last forever, but your strength does. Lesson 7. The role of virtue. Discipline is often misunderstood. It's seen as a tool for personal success, a ladder to climb higher, a means to an end. But discipline is far more than that. It is not just a strategy. It is a virtue, a guiding principle that shapes your character, your choices, and the impact you leave on this world. True discipline isn't selfish. It doesn't exist solely to serve your ambitions or satisfy your desires. It is a moral force, one that demands you rise above your base instincts, transcend your fleeting wants, and live in alignment with something greater. Discipline is not just what you do, it is who you become. Virtue and discipline are inseparable. Without discipline, virtue crumbles under pressure, swayed by temptation and convenience. But with discipline, virtue becomes unyielding, a compass that keeps you on the path of integrity, no matter how treacherous the road. To be disciplined is to be principled. To be principled is to live a life of meaning, of purpose, of substance. The world is rife with chaos, relationships torn apart by selfishness, work poisoned by laziness, lives wasted in pursuit of hollow pleasures. Discipline is the antidote. It is the framework that keeps your actions aligned with your values. It is the strength to make the hard choices, to do what is right instead of what is easy, to put others before yourself when it truly matters. Think of the relationships in your life. How often are they damaged by a lack of discipline, by words spoken in anger, by promises broken, by neglect born of distraction? Discipline teaches restraint. It teaches patience. It teaches you to listen when you want to speak, to forgive when you want to hold a grudge, to love when it would be easier to walk away. Discipline is the foundation of trust, and trust is the cornerstone of every meaningful connection. Consider your work, your contribution to the world. Discipline is the difference between mediocrity and excellence, between a fleeting effort and a lasting legacy. It demands that you show up, that you give your best, that you create something of value, not just for yourself, but for others. A disciplined worker uplifts their team, their community, their world. Their impact echoes far beyond their own success. And then there's life itself. Discipline isn't just about achieving goals or avoiding failure. It's about living well. It's about finding fulfillment in doing what is right, not just what is easy. It's about aligning your actions with your values, your choices with your purpose. Discipline is the key to a life of satisfaction, not because it avoids struggle, but because it gives that struggle meaning. But make no mistake, discipline is not easy. It requires sacrifice. It demands that you hold yourself accountable, that you stay true to your principles, even when the world tempts you to stray. It's a battle, every day, every moment. But it's a battle worth fighting, because without discipline, virtue is hollow, and without virtue, life is empty. So ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Will you be someone who takes the easy road, who lives for themselves, who leaves nothing but regret in their wake? Or will you be someone who chooses discipline, who lives with purpose, who contributes to something greater than themselves? Discipline is not just a tool, it is a virtue. It is the foundation of a good life, the anchor that keeps you steady, the force that transforms not just you, but everyone around you. Embrace it, live it, and watch as your life and the lives you touch are forever changed. Lesson 8. Avoiding over-discipline. Discipline is power. It sharpens the mind, strengthens the will, and forges unbreakable resolve. But even the sharpest blade, if struck against the grindstone too long, will shatter. Discipline is a tool, not a prison. And when taken to extremes, it can consume the very strength it seeks to build. Over-discipline is a silent destroyer. It cloaks itself in ambition, whispers promises of success, and drives you relentlessly forward. But unchecked, it becomes a tyrant, rigid, unyielding, merciless. It burns you from within, leaving exhaustion, bitterness, and despair in its wake. Burnout isn't failure. It's the inevitable collapse of a foundation pushed beyond its limits. You are not built to be a machine. You are not meant to march endlessly without pause, to sacrifice your health, your happiness, your humanity on the altar of discipline. True strength lies not in endless grind, but in knowing when to rest. Flexibility is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's the understanding that even the strongest warriors must retreat to fight another day. Ask yourself this: have you become a slave to your own expectations? Have you locked yourself in a cage of unrelenting demands, where every moment of rest feels like betrayal? That is not discipline. That is destruction. Balance is the antidote. It's the force that keeps your fire burning without letting it consume you. To master discipline, you must also master rest. Rest is not laziness. It is renewal. It is the space where growth takes root, where clarity emerges, where strength is rebuilt. Without it, even the most disciplined will crumble. Flexibility is not failure. It's the ability to adapt, to bend without breaking, to thrive even when the plan changes. Life is not a straight line. It's a storm of chaos, a shifting landscape of challenges and opportunities. Rigidity will snap under its weight, but balance will endure. Balance gives you the freedom to adjust, the resilience to recover, the power to sustain your efforts for the long haul. Discipline is a force, but it's not the only force. Do not let it become an obsession. Do not let it blind you to the importance of flexibility, of rest, of joy. Success is not about perfection. It's about persistence, and persistence requires balance. Take a moment to pause, breathe, reflect. Are you driving yourself forward, or are you driving yourself into the ground? Are you building yourself up, or tearing yourself apart? True discipline is not about pushing to the breaking point. It's about knowing when to push and when to pull back. Remember, burnout is not a badge of honor. It's a warning sign that you've lost your way. And the path back is balance. Balance between discipline and rest, between effort and recovery, between ambition and fulfillment. So, step back, reassess, find your rhythm, your flow. Allow yourself to adapt, to rest, to recharge. This is not weakness, it is strength. Strength to endure, to grow, to succeed not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. Discipline is not about being unyielding. It's about being unstoppable. And to be unstoppable, you must embrace balance. You must learn to bend without breaking, to rest without quitting, to adapt without losing sight of your purpose. Remember this: the greatest strength lies not in constant action, but in sustainable effort. Find your balance, and you will find your power. Discipline tempered by flexibility is the force that conquers all. Lesson 9. Discipline as a universal principle. Discipline is the thread that weaves through the fabric of greatness. It has no era, no single name, no boundaries. Across time and place, from the battlefield to the boardroom, from the athlete's arena to the philosopher's study, discipline stands as the one universal principle that transcends time and context. It is the foundation upon which every monumental achievement has been built. History remembers the names of the great, but it often forgets the relentless discipline that made them. It forgets the sleepless nights, the grueling routines, the sacrifices made in the shadows long before the world celebrated their victories. But make no mistake, without discipline, even the greatest talents would have faded into obscurity. Consider the conquerors, the inventors, the thinkers who changed the course of humanity. Alexander the Great's vision would have been meaningless without the discipline to lead armies across the known world. Leonardo da Vinci's brilliance would have been scattered chaos without the discipline to commit his ideas to paper and invention. Every masterpiece, every revolution, every legacy was carved not by inspiration alone, but by discipline, daily, relentless, unyielding discipline. The same is true today. Great athletes are not made in a single game, but in the thousands of hours spent training when no one is watching. Great leaders do not emerge in a crisis. They are forged through years of disciplined preparation. Great thinkers do not stumble upon brilliance. They uncover it through disciplined inquiry and relentless pursuit of truth. Discipline is not a relic of the past or a secret of the elite. It is a universal principle, available to anyone willing to embrace it. It is the great equalizer, the force that bridges the gap between potential and reality. Talent without discipline is wasted. Opportunity without discipline is squandered. Vision without discipline is a dream that will never be realized. Ask yourself this: what do you want your life to stand for? What legacy do you want to leave? Whatever your answer, know this: discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline is timeless because it is rooted in truth. The truth that success demands effort, that greatness requires sacrifice, that nothing of value is achieved without perseverance. This truth does not change. It did not change for the warriors of old, nor the innovators of yesterday, nor the leaders of today. And it will not change for you. But discipline is not glamorous. It is not celebrated in the moment. It is often lonely, grueling, and thankless. It demands that you show up every day, that you give your best even when you feel your worst, that you push forward even when progress seems invisible. Discipline is the grind, and that is why it is so rare, so powerful, so transformative. Do not wait for motivation. It will fail you. Do not rely on talent. It will fade. Do not count on luck. It is fickle. Rely on discipline, because discipline is eternal. It transcends circumstances, emotions, and excuses. It is the foundation upon which you can build anything, if you are willing to pay the price. Look to the examples of those who came before you. Their greatness was not given. It was earned through discipline. And know that the same principle applies to you. Discipline does not favor the few. It rewards the relentless. It is the universal principle, the unchanging truth, the key to unlocking your potential. Embrace it. Live by it. Become the master of your discipline. and you will become the master of your destiny. Because while talent fades and luck falters, discipline is forever. Lesson 10. Discipline is a choice. Discipline is not a gift you are born with. It is not a privilege handed to a select few. Discipline is a choice. A brutal, relentless choice that you make every single day. It's not a feeling, not a fleeting burst of motivation. It's a decision forged in the fires of discomfort, honed by sacrifice, and solidified by repetition. Every action you take either strengthens or weakens your discipline. There is no neutral ground. Every time you push forward despite the pain, you sharpen your edge. Every time you give in to weakness, you dull it. Discipline is not given. It is earned. And you earn it through the choices you make when no one is watching. Ask yourself, what choices are you making right now? Are they moving you closer to your goals, or are they pulling you further away? Discipline doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your circumstances. It only cares about your actions. Every moment, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to strength, the other to regret. The truth is harsh, but it is also liberating. Discipline is within your control. It's not about talent or luck or even opportunity. It's about choice. The choice to get up when you want to stay down. The choice to stay focused when distractions claw at your mind. The choice to endure when quitting feels easier. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not easy. It is a grind, a constant battle between who you are and who you want to become. But within that battle lies your power. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your impulses, tougher than your doubts, and more determined than your fears. But make no mistake, discipline is not automatic. It doesn't arrive on its own. You must cultivate it, moment by moment, choice by choice. Each decision to act with discipline is like laying a brick. Over time, those bricks become a wall, a fortress of strength and resilience that no storm can tear down. Look at the lives of the undisciplined. Look at the chaos, the missed opportunities, the broken dreams. That is the cost of choosing comfort over discipline. That is the price of inaction, the consequence of letting life happen to you instead of taking control. Now, look at your own life. What could you achieve if you chose discipline in every moment? What could you build if you committed to the grind, to the repetition, to the endless pursuit of better? The truth is, there are no limits, except the ones you impose on yourself. Discipline is the foundation of freedom, the cornerstone of success, the weapon that cuts through chaos and doubt. But it is always a choice. No one can make it for you. No one can force it upon you. You must choose it, again and again, even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when it feels impossible. So stand at the crossroads and make your decision. Will you choose the fleeting comfort of inaction? Or will you choose the relentless grind of discipline? Will you let your impulses control you? Or will you take control of your destiny? Remember this: discipline is not something you find. It's something you create. It's something you become. And every time you choose it, you get closer to the person you were meant to be. The choice is yours. It always has been. Choose discipline. Choose strength. Choose greatness. Because in the end, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the sum of your choices. Make them count. And there you have it, the raw, unfiltered truth about discipline and personal growth. These lessons aren't just words, they're tools. Tools you can use to build a stronger, sharper, and more resilient version of yourself. But tools mean nothing without action. Now it's your turn. Take what you've learned tonight and put it to work. Step away from the noise, embrace the grind, and start carving out the life you were meant to live. Remember, discipline isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily battle. And every choice you make either strengthens or weakens the person you're becoming. If this hit home for you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're new here, join the GrimFace movement by hitting that subscribe button. Subscribe to GrimFace Motivation for more hard-hitting truths about life and personal growth. Subscribe to GrimFace Financial to take control of your financial future and break free from the system. We're not here to follow the crowd. We're here to forge a new path. So, take the lessons, embrace the grind, and join us in rising above the rest. This is GrimFace Motivation. Until next time, stay relentless, stay disciplined, and keep moving.